Bam, and here we go with another one, y'all. Here we go with another one, tournament guidebook. Today we are looking at what we call this is SPAWNta. This is spawn, right? We spell it with a P-A-W-N in the middle, right? We playing on the words of this is Sparta, right? You're like, what is this is Sparta, right? People that know, you know. If you know, you know. If you don't know, well, you're gonna learn today, right? I'm gonna just type it in. This is Sparta. I'm not gonna play a video or anything because I ain't trying to get copyrighted or nothing. Like on another video we played some and like they copyrighted us. So this is Sparta, right? The scene from the movie. This is Sparta. But in here, in chess here, all right, we're gonna say this is SPAWNta. So we just put the pawn there. And the reason for it is because today what we're gonna look at is actually exactly that. It is exactly, one against many. One against many. And actually, one pawn is going to help out, do all this other stuff. 300 collectively together to win the game, right? That's how it is. Here it goes. Now, this game, what is it? In fact, this is Michael Royce, 2544, versus Gabriel Beccaris. He was 2000, or he or she was 2000, and Michael was 2544, and this was in 2004. Let's take a look. Let's see what we got. So, okay, knight f3, knight f6. So we have a ready here. A little ready action. It can also transpose into many different openings from here. C4, C5, right? Knight C3, D5. Okay, from GM versus Untitled. Yeah, something like that. Right. This game was actually 20 moves here, but it's very instructive on the part that we want to get to on how you do type of attacks that we're trying to get. Skylar Wilson, 2200. Thanks for the follow. So after D5, C takes, knight takes D5. And then after E3, there's E6, which is very simple chess so far. Again, in this position, you can do all kind of stuff, right? D4, G3, even B3 action with bishop B2. B3 is kind of strange, though. Best move I like here is actually D4, right? Canty teaches how to fight with 300 pawns and lose with dignity. Okay. All right. Yeah, this is SPAWNta, right? This is SPAWNta. And the reason we're using that again is because the pawn is actually going to help us in this decisive, ridiculous attack we're about to use. After C takes D4, E takes D4. All right, chat, this is on you. What kind of pawn is this? Somebody in the chat, if you've been paying attention to the playlist and been watching the videos and been here in the chat, you'll know what this is, right? Okay, what kind of pawn is this, chat? What do we have? IQP, isolated D pawn, love it, from NJs. Okay, isolated IQP, I like it. Very nice, very nice. Y'all on it, chat, okay? Okay. Very nice. So now remember, right? What did we say? Follow the yellow brick pawn. If you remember that from past videos, things like that. We even talked about the ISO pawn. You remember the thumbnail? I'm James Harden, right? With the ball. My man's over there looking at him all crazy. ISO pawn. Remember that one, right? We talked about that. So there are specific plans that happen because of the pawn structure. So if you don't remember the plan, you need to go back and watch that video right now. If you don't remember the plans for both sides. If you don't, that's okay. You can stick around and watch just to learn again if you forgot. But you should know what the plans are for both sides already having the isolated pawn. Pass, says Skylar Wilson. This one's not considered pass. If this E pawn was gone for whatever reason, this would be a pass to D pawn. Right. So with that being said, okay. All right. After knight to C6 here, plans are very simple. In fact, this is by transposition. What is this? Panov Botvinnik. I'm a big fan of the Panov Botvinnik. I'm looking at other options as well, but the Panov Botvinnik has served me pretty well. In fact, if you go look at Chicago Open round 1, A Wonder Liang, I was beating him +4, crushing, winning, and jumped off the deep end. Found the tallest building I could find, and I jumped off of it. Somehow I lost that game, but it was a Panov Botvinnik, and it was very strong, very fun play. With that being said, though, after knight to C6, right, we play bishop to C4. Bishop C4 is a move, is very well a move. You could play bishop D3 is more of my style from Panov Botvinnik. That's a variation of Carol Khan. Big facts, yes, it is. Bishop to D3 would be a 100% transposition into Panov Botvinnik structures. Also, certain C3 Sicilian positions, or like we like to call it here at the channel, C3 Sicily for the kill. You can grab the course right there in the chat, just like that. So after knight to C6, bishop C4, that is a move. Obviously, this is all pretty normal so far, says ASCII boy. Correct. This is literally all very normal. You could even go bishop B5. Like, there's a lot of things you could do. So bishop to B4 in this position, right? And then queen to D3. You also have bishop D2 and queen C2. Queen c2 is more of the Panau Botvinnik with the bishop on d3. Usually you play bishop d3, and if bishop b4, then you'll go queen c2, defending and hitting h7, usually at the same time. He's playing it a little bit different here, keeping an eye here, but we're not actually going to take on d5. After bishop to b4, queen to d3. Right now, after the queen to d3 move, there's castles. He gets out the way. Cool, sounds good. White does the same. We get out of the way, and then rook to e8. Okay, rook to e8, totally fine. White to move in this position. Chat, what would you do? What would you do? I mean, this is a simple position. This is not lots of tactics. Nothing going on just yet. We do have the isolated pawn, so we know we got the ISO pawn. We need things to do. Now, pausing the video to think. There you go, DJ Bobby. Yo, nice. Nice. I'm learning. I love puzzles and word games, and learning chess is most definitely a challenge. I'm determined. Underground queen in the building. That's good. That's good. Yeah, she different, ain't she? Elevation. That's what's up. So we're going to get her right here at the channel. Let's go. Bishop g5, knight g5, bishop g5, bishop b3. Knight g5s. Okay, I like it. I like all the options. Knight g5, queen h3 for the caveman deal. Nice. I love it. I love it. I love it. These are great. Great here, guys. All good stuff. In fact, it really just is about, in fact, before we answer, what are some plans? Remember, we have the isolated pawn. So plans would be what? Overall, not just like, I don't want a paragraph. Give me a short plan, guys. I want a plan. You have an isolated pawn as white. What is your plan? How are you going to play and proceed based off of your isolated pawn? Please tell me in the chat. Go now. Thank you. Bishop b3, knight takes d5, bishop takes d5. Get the rooks to d1 and e1 and push up the middle, says Oro. Okay, I like it. That's a plan. That's what I'm looking for. Plan, right? What else you got, chat? Actually, c1, d1 with the rooks. You want to control the square in front of it or in order to queen it. Tried to isolate a black pawn. Okay, tried to isolate a black pawn, says Oski boy. a3, remove the bishop. Okay, what else we got? What else we got? a3. Okay, that is too fast. That's fast. Drive the black bishop back, then develop the bishop to e3. Use the squares controlled by the ISO as outposts for our pieces and launch an attack. Trade it off, 95. Okay, so plans-wise, without talking about anything else, just the plans, right? When you have an isolated pawn, things you want to remember is put a knight on e5. Put the bishop usually on c2 and the queen here. This is why white's pieces are slightly misplaced. Slightly not to my fashion because I have studied these structures a lot. A whole lot. I've studied these structures a whole lot from both sides. And understanding that this right here, I need to use the best bet is to go this way, usually. So this is sort of misplaced, not by much, but it does take a little bit of time. And the knight wants to be on e5 at the right moment. A lot of times the bishop and knight goes to g5, something like this. But you don't want to trade pieces. Someone said trade. We don't want to trade. Paul, the only genius, thanks for the follow. So rook e1 is the move that was played after rook e8. Rook e1, very simple. Maybe even rook lifting. Bishop is blocked in. This is my kind of game. Rook e4 for the score. And then rook h4, and then I could be over, bro. Like literally just having a rook over here changes. Imagine if a rook was here right now, right? This changes the whole trajectory of the game. You play h6, I'm sacking, not even thinking twice about it. Okay, and then if you play rook e4, rook h4, and you play g6, then all the dark square is looking crazy. Right, this is ridiculous. So rook e1, rook e4, and this is just for my aggressive players in the chat. Raise your hand. Yeah, that's me too, big fella. Right, you would do something like this automatically. This is just, you know, our grandfather Tal, right, taught us this. Sack first, think later. So rook e4, rook h4 type stuff. So knight b6, he's hitting the bishop, which is a key piece in attacking chess. Do we want to give this bishop up, chat? Do we want to give this bishop up? Yes or no? Are we gonna give this bishop up? Are you gonna give this bishop up, chat? Pretty aggressive, I like it. Okay, that's right. That's right. That's right. Start realizing, yes, Mike Altal, that's right. I started realizing the pawn structure is everything. Sack it is. Yeah. No, bishop b3. No, right. Bro, your name is GM Wolverine, passive aggressive. For real. No, that's right. We're not giving this bishop up. Come on, bro. We're not even thinking twice about it. Right. Bishop b3. Why? Because the bishop belongs here. Remember, we need the bishop to be on this diagonal for this to happen. But let's watch this. After bishop to f8, which does happen, is a pretty pretty fine move. I think he's trying to play g6 and bishop g7 to attack the d4 pawn this way. If you think about it, you know, he plays g6, bishop g7. The bishop's on a very nice diagonal, and we get to hit the d4 pawn, which is a weakness, which is our weakness here. Okay, bishop f8 happens. Chat, it is on you. It is on you. What do you do? Now, this move right here takes some really good understanding of the position and understanding of isolated pawn structures, IQPs. This is a very, very good. I love this move here. Very sneaky fish not. Thanks for the follow. Great name. This is one of my favorite moves to play in isolated pawn structures. If you ever get an ISO pawn, this is a move that you need to play very often. Very often. We have a3, yeah, d5. We have d5, outpost time. Okay, okay. All right. d5 from Oski Boy. Okay. Bishop c2, I like it. d5 to remove the weakness. Okay. Pretty nice. d5 to remove the weakness. All right. So this is what happened. This is what happened. In fact, the move is not d5. The move here is actually a very simple one. And d5, you actually get in trouble immediately. You lose immediately if you play d5. Can anyone spot the move? Not even an immediate loss, but d5, you just jumped off the deep end. You blocked with your whole face. Get the man off the board. Bruh. Yikes. Sheesh. d5 is not live. There's a black's a move. What do? Knight before. He found it for absolutely. Knight before, that's it. Knight before, hitting the queen and the pawn. Double attack. Thanks, bro. Preach. You know, thanks for the generosity, my guy. Thank you so much. Thank you. So you have to go back. And you have to go here and you have to remember this. A3. A3 is the move. This very quiet move. Let's get some silence in the chat. Silent A3. The silent move here. A3 is very, very nice. It stops the knight from swinging to b4. And the knight goes to b4 to d5 to put extra control over the d5 square. So a3 is very, very nice. This is something to remember in all isolated queen pawn, or isolated pawns, period. And no matter if it's king or queen, like it's very good to understand. Especially, I mean, IQP, definitely with the queen's pawn, a3 is very, very useful, and sometimes h3, right? So they can't do it on that side. It just depends. A little prophylaxis, you like it, absolutely. Correct, a3, nice move. After a3, g6, following the plan. Bishop g7, I want to attack d4. Here, we go bishop g5, right? And instead of just moving the queen, it was like, oh, let's go bishop e7. We want to keep the pressure here. So bishop e7, try to trade this bishop. Because remember, if you have the isolated pawn, you want to limit trades. You want to limit them or trade when it's absolutely optimal. And like when like, oh, that trade is going to help me. Right, so bishop takes e7 will be absolutely garbage. Bruh. Not a move, my guy. So after bishop g5, bishop e7, they go h4. h4, which is really nice. So now when they capture, I can capture my way. I can open the file with a smile if I like, and I can play g3, king g2, rook h1. That's a very nice plan to remember. g3, king g2, rook h1. Rook h6, double on the file with a smile. Very easy plan there. Or try to get the queen to e4 and h4. You just use the h file. You could also take with the knight as well, just taking advantage of the squares of the f6, of the f6 square and the dark squares, but this pawn's hanging. So you have to kind of give up the pawn and do that. I'm not a big fan of that if you're not correct, right? But bishop takes is better. So now, okay, after bishop e7, there's h4. And black's like, you know what? I'm not trying to do that. I'll just go bishop d7, my guy. I'll just go bishop d7. And now at this point, guys, this is where, you know, this is sPAWNta, or this is Sparta. Comes in, okay? Or you remember from the movie, this is Sparta, right? This is exactly the moment where it happens, right here, where we just about to blow open. We about to charge forward. Everything we have is about to go at this king. Charge forward, and it starts with a very, very simple push. Push, what is it? Kick down the door, d5. We got d5 now, d5. Let's go, 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 go. All right, I see it, d5, nice, d5. Chat's hype. Chat's hype. All right, chat, okay, clap it up. Okay. You know, a lot of times I would say and trick you and say that you're garbage right here, right? Nah. Look, the chat already know, bro. The chat like garbage. Nah, in fact, you're right this time, chat. You're right. It is d5. It is D5. The chat thought it was about to be garbage because usually I'll do that and make them think that they got it right, and then I tell them they garbage. But in fact, D5 is the move. Great job. You got it right this time. Spawn's a great movie, good reference. Yeah, yeah. Canty, what's up, Brody? Hey, look, Skylar Wilson. Sorry for that. Sorry I missed that tier 1. Thank you for the tier 1. Let's go. Thank you, Skylar. Thanks for the tier 1. Let's get it. Let's get it. Yeah, so it's D5 and we live, and now it's time to break this boy open. That's a wrap, right? Not a wrap, but this is Sparta. So imagine from the movie, like, this is Sparta. And they go crazy and everything get opened up and they going to work. And that's what's about to happen here. After D5, Bishop takes G5 because they ain't know what to do here. They ain't know what to do. All right. Oh, you just got to keep watching other videos, Underground Queen. It's funny. It's in the analysis. Usually in some of the analysis, if they get it right, if I let them do the moves in the chat. And then when they do their moves, if it's wrong, I make them think it's right sometimes. I'll put the play. Oh, okay, nice, great job. You're garbage, and then they know that it's the wrong move. But today it was the right move, right? Kick your opponent in the pit of despair. D takes C6, so you could take on C6, absolutely. But he takes on G5, which is a little bit better. I mean, and in fact, if D takes C6, Bishop takes, you take on D8, and then Bishop takes D8. Ouch. Right, you're in trouble. Not the best. Not the best at all. Your applause means nothing to me now. Yeah, so it's knight takes G5. Knight takes G5, right. After knight takes G5, there is E takes D5. Okay, all right, chat. It's on you. You're down a piece. Yeah, absolutely. I was face blockage, 100% premium. Yeah, send a stretcher to his address. We do have it on file. We do. It is white to move, chat. You do. What do you do? Yeah, underground clear stuff. You funny. Yo, so what do you do? Knight takes D5 from Baji. Yeah, knight 65. What else y'all got, chat? Anything else? Anything else? Anything better? You like anything better here? Trade the rock. Trade the rock. I've never heard of a rook called a rock. I know he meant rook. I know what he meant. But it said trade the rock. Knight takes F7. Okay. Knight takes, knight takes. Oh, this is a line. Okay, so you said knight takes, knight takes. Queen takes and F7 suffers. Yikes. Yikes. F4 full send. He said send everybody. Send the troops, send the reinforcements, send the children. Bishop takes D5. Okay. Knight takes F7. And rook D1. All right, here it is, guys. Here it is. Knight takes D5. It's the strongest continuation. It is. It's the best way to do it. And then after Bishop F5, well, this move literally loses immediately. Can you find the sequence, chat? Can you find the sequence of moves to do it right here? Can you find it? Let's get them in the chat. What do you do, chat? What do you do? I see G3. Is that Queen G3, MJ? Do you mean Queen G3 or was that last move? We have E8 from TJ Clark. Chat, what do you do? We got Rook takes E8 and Knight F6 from Baji. Rook takes E8. Another Rook takes E8. Queen takes Knight F6. No last move. Okay. Rook takes Knight F6 from Mr. Good at Gaming. Okay, Knight takes F7. All right. Here it is, right? Rook takes E8 is 100% correct. Queen takes Knight F6. Okay, great job, chat. And after King H8, what did you do? What do you do? What you gonna do, chat? Okay, look at y'all, chat. Rook take and fork. Rook takes rook. Okay, what do we do now, chat? What is the move now? What is the move now?
Another one.
Yo, Mike, thanks for the tier 1. Oh, that's a prime. That's a prime, bro. Thanks for the prime, my guy. Let's go, Big Mike. Thanks for the prime, bro. Queen takes F4. Queen takes F5. Rook takes G8. Queen C3. Okay. Knight takes F7. Queen C3 and let him cry. Yikes. Queen C3 is correct. Oh my goodness. Look at this move, bro. Queen C3 is gross. Bro, this is crazy. And the queen hanging. And the queen hanging. Oh, and did you forget you had this too? You must have forgot. You must have forgot, big fella. Jeez, this is a rapster. A rapster. Bro, it's over. This is ridiculous. Queen C3. It's gross. It's literally gross. Like, what do you even do? What do you even do? Right. Oh, queen e5. Oh, okay. Oh, queen e5. Queen e5. Okay. Okay. You're garbage. You're garbage. Queen e5 doesn't work ever. Get the man off the board. Straight trash. Garbage. Get him out of here. That's not a move. Send the stretcher to his address. We got it on file. What's wrong with him? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. But that's game over. So queen c3 is a wrap. You literally can't do anything. You got me. What's the difference between queen c3 and taking on f7 first? Let's see. Well, let's see, big fella. If knight takes f7, right, I can just take these. Thank you, preach. And then takes, and I'm going to stare at you real hard right now. I'm about to stare at you so uncomfortably. It doesn't even make sense, bro. Bruh. Like, I'm about to really give you the hardest, the most gross stare you've ever seen in your life. Let's get this off the screen. You know, it might be kids watching this. You have lost your absolute. So, queen c3, though, wins on the spot. Get the man off the board. Ain't nothing you can do about that. Lucky 7, you funny. You funny, right? Ain't nothing you can do here. So, the last move, in fact, is this. The game ended after the next move, which was queen f8. And after queen f8, what do you do, chat? Now, let's finish it out. Because after this next move, black resigned. But let's finish and see what we can do. Queen c3, call the stretcher. Right. Call it chess. Hello, what's up? How are you? What do we do? What do we do? Knight d7. We got 2 people saying knight d7. They really liking knight d7 here. Wow. You know what? I guess it does. I guess you can get away with it, but I'm going to play queen g7. Uh-oh. Takes. Uh-oh. I mean, you're still probably winning here, but you're making this a lot harder than you had to. In fact, knight takes f7 was the move that made the person resign. He resigned right here. Knight takes f7 is better first. Because now, after king g7, now you can hit him with this check flex real hard. There may even be a mate in here. In fact, this is like mate. Look at that. When you find a good move, look for a better one. Like, this is double check. You can't take the knight. And after king g8, oh my goodness. Queen h8 and we great. Sheesh. Did this man like that on a family channel, right? You know, national television. Like, this is gross. Queen h8 mate is disgusting. Is there even, look at this mate. Knight h6 mate. There's mate everywhere. Bruh. Oh my goodness. Bro. There's mate everywhere, dog. Like, this is disgusting. So he played after knight takes f7, he just resigned, which I understand. I'm not trying to have nobody do this to me in a real game. What? Bro, you know, you lucky. Like, we get this far, I'm gonna knock all, I'm like holding myself, like, your composure, because I will knock all the pieces off the board. Like, you know, you disrespect me like that bad? I'm about to just shove the pieces and walk away. Like, you ain't about to do me like that. You know, that's how I would feel here. I would definitely feel like that. But of course, good sportsmanship. You just, you know, resign and then go punch a wall when you get to your room. Tell us about the players of the tournament who didn't want to shake your hand. I don't know what that is. That ain't never happened to me. In fact, I don't think I've ever had that. Yeah, I don't think I've ever had that. As the girl would say, them ponies were jumping. Right. Yeah, this is a beautiful, beautiful display here. Beautiful display. As we go back, though, as we go back and look at this again, right, this is where it started. We got the ISO pawn, obviously. We got the ISO pawn. And then at a certain point, right, this is following the plans of the ISO pawn. If it's not working, we can't get the bishop c2 battery to work, which a lot of times you still try to press for it. Bishop c2, h4, h5, take here. Put the knight here, or even, you know, knight g5, sacking on f7, literally blowing open this whole side. Or you're going to get rid of the weakness at the right moment, h4, right? Eventually trying to get h5 in, loosen this up, making it soft. g3, king g2, rook h1, bullying this stuff. Like, I love playing it with the ISO pawn. I'm a big fan of it. If you know how to play the positions very well, you have to study them inside and out. Right now, with that being said, after here, bishop d7, you have the d5 move, which is extremely strong and part of what you should know when it comes to the ISO pawn is, hey, you know, if I can't get the attack yet, I need to supplement. I need something else to do. And you do need to get rid of this weakness, or it will be weak the entire game. So d5 makes total sense. Now we get rid of the weakness that we had on d5. And now we just have a clear shot at the king. Brilliant. And it works every time. So let's see the rest of it here. It takes, oh my goodness, get the man off the board, start a new game, right? Hope y'all enjoyed this analysis here. This is sPAWNta, or this is sPAWNta, right? Make sure you guys subscribe to the YouTube channel if you like the content for more content. And I'm gonna see y'all on the next video.